Okay, you're ready to go.
Thanks. Hello, everybody. We are in the PKC Test of Time Awards. And give you some background. So as I mentioned, when we started the conference, this is an award that recognizes outstanding papers. And yeah, it's a new mic. Let me change the mic. Hang on just a second. Should be better now.
Yes, that's better.
Thank you. All right, I was saying, we mentioned at the beginning the Test of Time Award, which recognizes outstanding papers published in PKC a while back. The idea is about 15 years ago, but this award started relatively recently, I believe 2019, and it's trying to catch up. So the idea is that they're going to be one Test of Time Award every year. And these papers are those which made significant contribution to theory and practice of public key cryptography in terms of foundations or practice of the field. Okay, and in this edition, the papers that were considered were from PKC 2002 through PKC 2005. And this is evaluated by a selection committee, which typically would include the current program chair, which is me in this case. Next year, PKC is a program chair, that's Koichiro Hanaoka. Last year, PKC's program chair, that's Agios Kiayas, and 2 members of the PKC steering committee, and that's Moti Jung and Yuliang Zheng this time. All right, so I mentioned 2002, 2005, and just to give you, this year we awarded, there were like 3 awards. And I mentioned this 2002, 2005 range. And just as a context, this was right after the breakthrough result by Bonnet and Franklin on identity-based encryption. Okay, popular area at the time, still is. And so the first award was is given to this paper, an identity-based signature from Gap Diffie-Hellman groups that was PKC 2003 by Zhao Chun Cha and Junhee Cheon. And I mentioned the context, the identity-based encryption based on pairings. So what this paper proposed was an ID-based signature scheme, also based on pairings using Gap Diffie-Hellman groups. And let's see. So this way, complementing the identity-based encryption aspect, so giving the basis or a complete solution to an ID-based public key crypto system. All right, and although feasibility-wise, signatures, were feasible, so this is like the first concrete construction based on the same assumptions and comparable efficiency to the Bonnet-Franklin encryption scheme. All right, so join me in congratulating Zhao Chun and Junhee, and I think they should be present. And let me see if they are, just they can show themselves and perhaps say a few words.
Okay, thank you, Gary. I'm so happy to speak here. We, Jaechun and Junhee, were so honored to receive PKC Test of Time Award. The paper was written in the fall of 2001, and then it's unbelievable that 20 years have passed already since then. At the time, Jae-chun was a postdoc of KAIST and Jeong-hee was a junior faculty in ICU who just started a career in academia. After that, we wrote many papers and became a professor at postdoc and SNU in topology and crypto. But this paper is a truly memorable collaboration in our mind. We could not imagine that this paper would remain so influential for 20 years and would be cited so much. 1366 times now, and even 14 times this year as of today. We are proud of formalizing the security model for ID-based signatures and summarizing distortion maps of pairing-friendly elliptic curves. Also, we are glad to see that most pairing-based papers follow our notations. QID for the public point corresponding to the ID, DID for the private point corresponding to the ID. And then Jae-chun can keep saying, yeah. Jae-chun?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Thanks. So this is Jae-chun, another co-author. So just one thing I'd personally say is that while my friend Jeong-hee, who just spoke, is now a well-known cryptographer, well, I would classify myself as a pure mathematician. So who has personal taste of loving computer science and cryptography and actual programming. What I actually want to say is that I guess it was possible to obtain our result because we were sort of a combination of mathematical and cryptographic minds. Both were absolutely essential. And this is actually a long history everybody knows about this kind of interaction between math and cryptography and other real-world problem studies. So I'm very happy to have that I had this chance to contribute to cryptography in this way, making just a very small example of such a long tradition. So we would like to express our gratitude to the organizers, committee members, and particularly to the cryptographic community for their long-standing and never-ending interest on our work. So I guess the award, I will get the plaque with my name, but the award is actually, it goes to all the people who proved that our research was actually important and useful. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, great. Thanks for the excellent work. And as yeah, so you're gonna be. This is not. It would be much better to be an in-person ceremony, but right, it is what it is. And you'll be the awardees are gonna be receiving a plaque for this award. All right. So next, I mentioned signatures in the context of pairings, and so the next award goes to an efficient signature scheme from bilinear pairings and its applications. That was in PKC 2004 by Fangguo Zhang, Ray Safavi Naini, and Willis Susilo. And here, the context is so we mentioned signatures. So those gave the possibilities of short signatures. And that's when the BLS Bonnet Lin Shaham signature came up, right? Proposing very short signatures. So this paper has two important contributions. One is an alternative proposal to another follow-up work by Bonnet and Boyen. And regarding the BLS scheme, it improved the scheme by making possible making it possible that it can use general hash functions, right? As opposed to at that point SHA-1, MD5, which was not broken yet, I guess. So it's an important milestone in the area of signatures in the standard model, right? So join me in congratulating Fang Guo, Zhang, Ray, and Willis Cecilio, and I think they are here.
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me? Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Fang Guo Zhang. So I'm very happy here. So just on behalf of all the authors of our paper, I just want to speak something. So actually, when I heard this news, I'm very surprised, really. But then I, of course, very excited and happy because our work is found to be useful in the community and both in the academia and the industry. This work just a basic niche scheme for body appearing. So when we created this work, we didn't accept that the work will influence other future work in these areas, especially in emerging areas such as cloud computing and the blockchain. There are many. I find that many papers cite our work to design some protocols, some schemes. So here, I, together with my co-authors, Ray and Bailey, are very grateful to the PKC IoT committee for selecting our work. And also we are honored to join as distinguished colleague in this session. So thank you, everyone, and thanks to everything. So Ray and Bailey want to say something?
No, I guess both the program chair and Fang Guo said everything that needs to be said about the paper. So I just want to, it's unbelievable that it is 20 years after the time that I was in Wollongong and Fang Guo was a postdoc and really was just graduating with his PhD. So it was a great time. Who knew that after 20 years we have a paper that wins test of the time. So we are very grateful to the program committee and the test of the time committees who made this selection. So thanks again.
Great, congratulations again. And last but not least, the third paper receiving the award is a verifiable random function with short proofs and keys, PKC 2005 by Evgeny Dodis and Alexander Yampolsky. And the context for this is, we recall what VRFs are, a very cool object proposed by Mikhaili, Raving, and Sadan. And recall what they are, a PRF with that provides a publicly verifiable proofs of its output's correctness. Okay, very interesting object, but up to that point, what we knew was, in a sense, a feasibility result, construction based on an inefficient Goldreich-Levin transformation. All right, so this is the first direct construction of a VRF, and again, based on bilinear groups, security on a decisional bilinear Diffie-Hellman inversion assumption, and it received the Best Paper Award for PKC 05. And we know the impact of VRFs, right, that recently become popular in the context of proof-of-stake protocols. We saw Oblivious PRFs before, end-to-end secure messaging and communication and so forth, where these primitives are used. So we know that it's relatively easy to construct them in the random oracle model, but this is like the first construction in the standard model. All right, so congratulations, and I think I see Evgeny there.
Yeah, I don't know if Alex is here, but yeah, I guess I can start and Alex can join later. First of all, yeah, I think, well, I would like to thank the PKC Test of Time committee for selecting us. And more generally, I'm really happy with the introduction of Test of Time and awards in general. I think our community often what is very popular and trendy at the time might not be so trendy in years to come. So I do think that the idea of Test of Time is a really great idea in general for our conferences, and it's kind of fun to relive those old memories. It's also very rare from what I can see is that the papers that win Test of Time award very often are not immediately recognized as being significant or important. What makes this particular paper interesting, I think, is actually it's one of the rare cases where we also won the PKC Best Paper Award in 2005. It was a little bit of a surprise. I don't know if there are how many Test of Time awards also were already recognized by the community at the time. But what makes this paper particularly unique, at least in my experience, that the community thought it was important. The community thought it was important 15 years later or whatever. But we, the authors, we had no clue. So basically, Alex was super energetic student from Yale University attending our reading group. He was very persistent. I was super busy with my students. He wanted some project. He gave a presentation. I gave him what I thought was a cute exercise. He completed it with flying colors. It was a great paper, did amazing job. We wrote a few papers later. I had no idea the paper is important for anything. It was just elegant mathematically and cryptographically. I like this work on verifiable random functions. So we were basically very pleasantly shocked to win the Best Paper Award. Maybe less so shocked now. But basically, so yeah, so it's very unique that everybody except for the authors saw that the paper was significant, so that was nice. But basically, the message that I would like to say is that just basically, of course, you should have motivation. When you do your research, you shouldn't work on useless problems, but somehow follow your heart or follow the persistent student, and good things will happen. And I don't know if Alex is here. If not, I guess he has a good excuse. He is, since graduating from Yale, he became a CEO of, I think he's a current or future unicorn company called Security Scorecard. So I'm sure this training in this paper helped him to become a multi-billionaire or millionaire, billionaire, or whatever it is. So I'll take all the credit for this. But once again, thank you for this distinction.
Great, thanks, Evgeny. I guess he's not here.
He has a good excuse, probably, yeah. Making millions and billions, but yes.
And in any case, he's also going to be receiving this plaque. He sent us his postal address. All right, so that's it for now. And that was it. So that's the PKC 2021 Test of Time Awards. Congratulations again to all the awardees. And we are going to